Welcome back, Halftime TV fans and fans of the English Premier League as well. Let me know, how's your team doing so far this weekend? As a Chelsea fan, you may very well know that we won 3-0 at Manchester United. Congratulations to the fans as well. They won 5-1. But today I'll be talking about the Reggae Boyz and how they've been performing throughout the weekend so far. We've had quite a number of our representatives in the English top flight and some in the championship as well. So I'll be going through how they've been doing through the weekend, who were the standouts, who didn't feature, and that sort of thing. Won't get through all of them obviously, but we'll mention the ones who are worth mentioning. Alright, so let's get to it. First and foremost, I'll be talking about Leon Bailey. He came off the bench for Aston Villa. He got an assist within 10 minutes of his debut, which was good for him. His team ultimately lost 3-2, but not a bad cameo if you're considering the circumstances. Getting 20 minutes, 30 minutes under his belt in his first appearance. We know he's not back to full fitness as yet, but I surely expect to see him feature a bit more throughout the next few weeks and ultimately get in that starting position, because we know they didn't purchase him for £30 million for him to come in and sit on the bench. Who else are we going to talk about? We have Andre Gray. He didn't feature for Watford. Watford played against Aston Villa. We know they won that one, but Andre Gray didn't feature because there is currently talks underway of Andre Gray moving to West Bromwich Albion. He has 1 year left on his contract and the club has given him the green light and he can go elsewhere. He can start searching for a club because it doesn't seem as if that contract will be renewed. Alright, so the next Reggae Boy, I spoke about this before the English Premier League kicked off. I spoke about the ones to watch in the Premier League, and this individual, I spoke about him at length. He was magnificent in his debut Premier League appearance against none other than the Gunners. Now, we can say this and we know how it is. Arsenal is always going to be Arsenal. As a fellow Londoner, we've grown to consider Arsenal as the laughing stock. And Brentford, just coming up from the Championship, they would be going into this game, or they would have been going into this game with high expectations, because they know, especially when they saw that team sheet, that it's a beatable Arsenal team. It's a team that they can go out there and they can dominate. And quite frankly, on the day, it was men against boys. Ethan Pinnock, I think he was fundamental in that win. I think Ivan Toney, he ended up ultimately getting man of the match because of his influence on the game. But Ethan Pinnock, I have to say this, and I'll put this out there for those who were doubting him on the various channels and questioning his ability to defend. I must say this, I hope that performance against Arsenal, which the individuals who were bashing Pinnock are fans of Arsenal. So I hope this goes to show that actually Ethan Pinnock may very well be the only defender on show yesterday that was actually worth £50 million. He was spectacular on the day. He got the blocks in. I think he created the most chances for Brentford as well, and in the end Brentford stepped away 2-0 winners, which they very much deserved. Arsenal, they were non-existent for the most part. I think Brentford dominated them in all aspects. Their manager, he was vocal, he was doing everything right, and the Brentford players, they just showed up to play football. Arsenal, on the other hand, I cannot say the same. So Ethan Pinnock, hats off to you. Wonderful first appearance. We're expecting to see a whole lot more of that coming through the rest of the season. We know teams who are promoted to the English top flight, they need to build on defensive. They need to build on the defensive aspect of their game first, and then they can move forward. We saw it with Sheffield United in their first season when they came up. I think Wolves is the same thing. The difference was Leeds, because Leeds has a philosophy, a manager who is insistent that he wants to play that way regardless of the opponents, and it worked for them. But 9 out of 10 times, teams that are newly promoted teams from the Championship, they need to build on the defensive aspect, and then they move forward on that. So once you're defensively strong, then you can build on that and you can move forward. You can move up the table. We saw it with Burnley. They've been defensively strong for all the years that they've been back up in the English Premier League, and we may not like it, it may not be pleasing on the eyes, but it gets the job done and it keeps them in the Premier League. So I think if Brentford intend on staying in the Premier League, they will definitely need a whole lot more performances like these from the Reggae Boy, Ethan Pinnock. And I think if that is going well, then the goals at the other end of the pitch will go in. As they love to say, a draw is better than a lose any day of the week. Okay, so who else? What other Reggae Boys did well this weekend? We got Daniel Johnson, he got a goal. I think Raven Morrison got an assist. Or Bobby Reid. Bobby Reid got a hat-trick of assists as well, which was magnificent to see. As I said, he went into the Gold Cup. He had a good first game, contracted COVID-19. He came back and it just didn't feel the same as it was before. Whether it was because he was being played out of position, that could be the reason, but nonetheless, at the end of the day, we didn't see the best Bobby Reid in the Gold Cup, and he's back to his best now with Fulham. We're expecting to see big things from the Reggae Boys in the Premier League, in the Championship, and throughout all the various leagues that they've been playing in, and they will be playing in throughout the length of this season. And I think, again, it spells good news for the Reggae Boys team going into the World Cup qualifiers in September. As things stand now, we're just about 2 to 3 weeks away from World Cup qualifiers beginning. We will see who's on the plane. We will see who will be starting in those teams. But as it is, we're liking what we're seeing, and we hope the players continue to build on these appearances and these performances, because if it is anything like what we're seeing now, then the Reggae Boys fans can be confident that we have a very big chance of getting into Qatar 2022. All right, so that's my overview for the Reggae Boys performances so far this weekend, guys. Hit the like button, hit the share button. If you have any comments, if you have anything that you want to add to it, leave it in the comment section as well. Miranda Brown here saying until next time, like, share, subscribe. Peace out. Take care.